Hey friends, welcome to Divine Conversations. I'm Eric. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here with some messages for you for the last half of your month for the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is for February 15th through to the 28th. Just a bit of a side note, if you would like to ask me a quick question, you can find me on Instant Go. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, you can email me. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. All of those links are down in the description box below. Okay, so let's get to your messages, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for the last half of February 2018. So this will be from February 15th to the 28th. Now, let's get to it. Spirit, please make me a clear channel for the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Please bring us the best messages for us Earth signs here. I am a Taurus sun. So what are the best messages for the last half of the Earth signs? I'm sorry, for the Earth signs for the last half of February 2018. I hope everyone's having a great month. We do have Valentine's Day coming. And if you are coupled and you guys are doing something, I hope you have a great time. If you're not, Valentine's Day could be a great time to treat yourself. So show yourself some self-love, yeah? Okay. Earth signs. Earth signs. Last half of February. What do we got for you? One more shuffle, and then I'm going to cut the deck. What you got? What you got? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Overall energy. Two of Swords. All right. So some of us are indecisive about something. We've got the Two of Swords and the Four of Wands as our overall energy. So, some of us are indecisive about something. Some of us are refusing to see the truth about a situation. And the Four of Wands speaks about marriage. This is a twin flame card. This is a card of union when it comes to the twin flames. But it's also a card of foundation, stable foundations. So, in this sense, some of us, Earth signs, are indecisive about how to move forward with a romantic relationship. If you are on the twin flame journey, the divine masculine, some divine masculines are having trouble, accepting the relationship with their twin. Some of you out now, this is a message for everybody, not just the twin flame journey. And I feel like there are some of you that are not necessarily on a twin flame journey that are dealing with someone in a romantic sense, and I feel like some of you want to move forward, want to take the relationship to a greater level, to a more secure and stable level, but you don't know how to do it. Some of you may even want to propose, but you don't know how to do it. You're stuck almost. Some of you are in a relationship where you're refusing to see the truth of it. That could very well be it. Some of you may be in a marriage and you're either refusing to see the truth, or you can't really see the truth. You don't know. The overall message here, regardless of what the specific situation is, the overall message is there's quite a bit of indecision. Quite a bit of indecision on how to move forward with something. Maybe even how to start something. But let's get into the rest of the reading here. We've got Judgment. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Yes. So, I'm trying to see, because I already have a channeled message here. I understand what that's saying, but I'm trying to relate that to the overall message. But I feel like I'm trying to do too many things at once. So let's just get to the message of these two cards here. We have Judgment, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So Judgment is a major arcana. It's talking about a higher calling, a fresh start, a new beginning in many cases. As you can see here in this card, we have an angel playing this horn, and behind them, behind that angel, we have all these different people, men and women, just kind of like rising up, you know, answering that call, looking up to the angel, and like being refreshed and renewed. And here, coupled with the Three of Pentacles, this is saying that some of you have kind of been awakened. I really like to see, I see Judgment a lot of the time as Ascension. Some of you have been awakened to something, and because of that, you're building something. The Three of Pentacles is also an entrepreneurial card. So some of you may have been awakened to this new passion of yours. Something that you didn't even know you were passionate about, or something that you were passionate about in the past, but kind of like pushed it away and kind of forgot about it in a sense consciously, but now it's being brought back to your conscious attention, and you're wanting to do something about it. So here's how that can tie in with the overall message. With the Two of Swords, you don't know how to move forward with that. You're stuck. You're like, oh shit. I've been awakened to this brand new passion, but I don't know what to do. I want to get this off the ground. I want to create a stable foundation for it, but I don't know what to do. In some situations, some of you are being, when it comes to like a relationship, some of you are being awakened to something. And awakened to something in your relationship, awakened to something about yourself, awakened to a greater knowledge or a greater understanding of what you might want in a relationship, right? And so in many cases, I feel like this is in stark contrast to what you have been, or what you've been going after in the past. So you're having to do some inner work with this Three of Pentacles. You're having to like rebuild some things. Yeah. If you have a moon or rising sign in one of the air signs, I would suggest that you watch their videos as well, because I just picked up on some of you. There is a tower moment happening, and it's causing you to rebuild yourself. So I would recommend that you watch the air sign videos if you have a sun or a moon or rising sign in one of the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But when it comes to the relationship aspect, because you've been awakened to whatever Judgment is awakening you to, it is causing you to adopt a Two of Swords energy. Because this is such a stark contrast to what you were in the past, how you identified with in the past, you're kind of like between a rock and a hard place in some situations, or you're kind of refusing to really accept this new truth that you've been enlightened to, awakened to, we'll say. Because you want a stable relationship, you want a marriage, you want a family life. But because of this newfound information surrounding your relationship preferences, some of you are kind of fighting it. Okay, moving forward, we have, the Ten of Swords with Temperance. Okay, so again, if you do have a moon or rising sign in Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, I absolutely recommend that you watch that video, because they got the Ten of Swords as well. And Judgment, I really feel like Judgment is bringing that Ten of Swords energy on, because it's the end. It's the end of a way of thinking. It's an end of a mindset. It's the end of a mindset. It's the end of a belief system, a set of beliefs even. And because of that, we have Temperance that's now helping you balance yourself out more. it's like because of this newfound, this illumination, because of this new calling, because of, judgment, you're learning more about yourself. You're learning more about the situations around you. You're learning more about why relationships in your past went the way they did. And you're now, because of that newfound information, you are putting an end to old systems, and you're able to balance yourself out better because of it. Again, I'm picking up some twin flame energy here, in the sense that if some of you are coming to realizations about your twin or about yourself and what you want in relationships and all that stuff, again, the Temperance card is another twin flame card. So you're in a Ten of Swords moment where you're ending things, ending mindsets, ending belief systems, and you're coming into greater balance with yourself, which ultimately brings you into greater balance with your twin. So that's really good. All right, moving forward, we have the High Priestess with the Three of Swords. Yeah. Now, the High Priestess is talking about your intuition here. It's talking about secrets. It's talking about hidden things that were hidden, yeah? But the High Priestess, even though, it seems hidden, the High Priestess knows all, okay? So whatever is being, however, in whatever way you're ascending right now, you knew this the whole time. But you're ascending in a way that you are connecting with your intuition here, with the High Priestess, and you're starting to understand the heartbreak that has been surrounding you with this Three of Swords. You're coming to the realization of why things have been going the way they have, relationship-wise. I'm really picking up a heavy relationship vibe here, especially since your last video for the beginning of the month was relationship-oriented. Now, this doesn't mean that it's a romantic relationship. This could be a familial relationship or a friendship or something like that, business relationship, whatever. But relationships are in play here. Some of you are being put on to some sort of heartbreak through your intuition with the High Priestess and the Three of Swords. And some of you, like, your intuition is kind of like peaking right now, being like, you might want to check on so-and-so because I'm not so sure they're doing what they say they are. Yeah. But mostly, for the most part, the message with the High Priestess and the Three of Swords is saying that your intuition is helping you understand any sort of heartbreak that may have happened in the past. Your intuition is helping you understand why things didn't necessarily work out the way you wanted them to, and that is because of judgment. You are ascending, you are growing, you are expanding, and number one, a greater connection to your relationship is coming about with this ascension that is being symbolized in the Judgment card, but. And through that, you are getting a greater understanding of your life and your relationships in the past, which is only going to benefit you moving forward, obviously, because from there you can create better relationships for yourself. All right, next we have the Six of Swords, definitely, with the Queen of Cups. So the Six of Swords being under the Judgment card, I think, is perfect because judgment is happening. You're ascending, so you're moving forward. You're moving forward. For some of you, you're moving forward towards a Queen of Cups. Some of you are moving forward towards a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or if it's not a water sign, it is someone who embodies the Queen of Cups energy. This could also be you now embodying the Queen of Cups energy as you move forward. Like judgment or this ascension, this higher calling that's happening, coupled with the Temperance card, and the greater balance that you're finding within yourself, coupled with the High Priestess, which is, speaking of intuition to begin with, I mean, in many cases, some of you are absolutely adopting this Queen of Cups energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or man or a woman. And the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, like super, super intuitive. The Queen of Cups is like the mundane representation of the High Priestess. And I say mundane not to make it seem like, you know, it's dull or dreary or whatnot, but it's not, okay, so it's not mundane. It's the physical, thank you. It's the physical representation of the high priestess, because the high priestess is the spiritual representation, yes? So if you wanna talk about in physical form, in 3D form, the Queen of Cups represents the intuitive being that the high priestess represents. All right. So this judgment and ascension that you are going through is putting you in greater touch with your intuition and with your emotions even. And so, you know, that is absolutely moving you in a brand new direction. Yeah, that's beautiful. But some of you are moving towards a Queen of Cups person, someone that embodies that same Queen of Cups energy. Moving forward, we have the Hierophant. All right, so Taurus, you're showing up here because that is your card. Yay, Taurus, we're showing up. Hee hee. And the Four of Cups. Now, typically, the Four of Cups speaks of, you know, not accepting an offer that comes forward, you know, kind of feeling like something's missing, like, oh, I don't really want that, blah, 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 I don't know, you know, daydreaming about something that you think you want when you're not realizing that something that you truly want is actually being handed to you. But here, that's not what I'm getting, because it's coupled with the Hierophant, and especially with now Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, we're going through some serious spiritual stuff right now, because we've got 4 major arcana so far, right? So the Hierophant is talking about us, or well, it talks about Taurus, right? So Taurus, you're really in a moment where you're really, really thinking about things for yourself. You're really analyzing yourself. You're really trying to figure things out. You know, what is going to emotionally fulfill me is what I'm seeing here for you, Taurus. For others, you're still in this moment of introspection, but you're, I mean, okay, it's not just for Taurus. The message is pretty universal, and this is a reading for all 3 signs, so duh, Eric. But the main message here is that you're analyzing, you're thinking about what is really going to fulfill you on a deeply spiritual level. Many of you are thinking about, you're seeing the systems that have been put in place societally, and you're understanding how that's not fulfilling you anymore. For some of you, there is an offer, a really stable, loving offer that's being handed to you that you're, again, 2 of Swords, you're not taking. You're indecisive about. And it is because it goes against the status quo. It goes against the grain. And what you're not realizing is the moment you're in right now is this judgment, this ascension, this wake-up call, really. Judgment is a wake-up call. Judgment is an awakening. Judgment, that's why I say judgment to me speaks to ascension. It's an awakening. You're waking up in many cases. Some of you are waking up, or at least the alarm is going off, but you're ignoring it. You're ignoring it. So there it is. That typical meaning of the 4 of Cups is kind of still coming up for a lot of us here. Some of us are contemplative. They're looking at this cup that's being handed to them, and they're like, how do I get that? Some of us are looking at this cup saying, I don't know if I want that. All right, finally, we have the 2 of Pentacles with, the 5 of Swords. All right, so you are being awakened to something within you that absolutely goes against the status quo here. And because of that, now you're trying to balance out. You're trying to be like, well, damn, I've got this new perspective on myself right now. And you're having to fight people off in many cases. Like, there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. They are not happy about it. And what they're not happy about is you coming to a realization of who you truly are, or more of who you truly are on the inside. And in some cases, people are attacking you for it. Just be careful. Be careful when the Five of Swords energy comes around. That is a lose-lose situation. That is a shit starter, as Kayla from Evolving Spiritually would say. That is someone that's coming around just to stir up trouble. That is a misery loves company energy. And coupled with the Two of Pentacles, you're trying to balance your shit out. You're trying to be like, well, damn, like how do I handle this? And that is a lot of the reason why some of you find yourself in this Two of Swords situation. Because you come to a realization about yourself, and others don't like it, and so now you're like indecisive. Or you come to the realization, but you haven't really talked about it yet, but you know people aren't going to like it. You know that people around you are going to be like, are really not going to take that sitting down, lying down, whatever. And so you're in a Two of Swords situation because you're like indecisive in how you move forward. Because you can't unlearn this new information you've gotten about yourself, but at the same time, like, speaking your truth is going to cause a lot of trouble. And the Spirit needs you to understand that you need to speak your truth. Because you speaking your truth, regardless of how it moves forward, regardless of how people take it, you speaking your truth is going to facilitate not only your own growth, but the growth of others around you, regardless of how things play out. You want this Four of Wands deep down. And for the most part, that is the realization that you're coming to. That you do want a stable family life. You do want a marriage. You do want to, start this new business or go on this new career path. But the Five of Swords energy is really what I see is holding you back the most. You're afraid of the Five of Swords energy in many cases. If it hasn't already reared its ugly head, you're afraid of the moment when it does, because it's going to. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying that there are people around you that are not going to be so happy about your truth. And honestly, that has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. So keep that in mind as you move forward. Be careful with that Five of Swords energy. Be careful, because honestly, nobody wins. When we engage in Five of Swords energy, when we engage in fighting for the sake of ego and doing anything we can just to get our way, or fighting dirty, stabbing people in the back, that kind of thing. Like when we engage in that energy, nobody wins. Even if you are this person that comes out on top and has got all the swords and is all victorious and all that, you didn't win. And if you did win, it was a dirty, nasty victory in some cases. Now, there are situations where you have to fight dirty. You have to do what you can to defend yourself. And even if you come out on top, okay, great, you came out on top, but most of the time you still don't feel that great about it, All right, guys. So there you have it for your second half of the month. The advice I would give is really, really work on connecting with your intuition, okay? Because your intuition is really going to lead you to the best way to balance this out and handle this Five of Swords energy should it come up in your life. The best way to get yourself out of this indecisive mindset so that you can achieve this Four of Wands that you want. Yeah? All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can email me. If you have a quick question, you hit me up on Instant Go. If you'd like to donate to the channel, I would really appreciate it. All of that information is in the description box down below. I love you all, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.